good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on powerful team collaboration with OneNote. Today, our presenter will be Sergio, and he will be here to explain everything, but also to answer your questions. So feel free to ask questions, and if anything is not clear, we're a group, or we have a team here that can also assist you guys. We'll start today off with the agenda. Yes, we'll begin with our welcome and introduction. Then we'll continue on to our presentation of the main subject, which is OneNote, and we'll have room for questions and answers, and of course for us to close. Feel free to ask questions in between. We're here to assist.
And you hear me clear? I will start. So today's presentation is related to OneNote. OneNote is a tool that has been around for a few times so far, and we would like to give you some more knowledge. I would like to introduce you some of the features that makes OneNote so special. This is a tool that is available for free. It is included in Office 365 plans. It's included with Hotmail, and it's present in different places. And you will see that you can get a lot of work done just by using this tool instead of traditional tools. So let me start with the very basics. I would like you to think about a normal block note, okay? Some people likes to take notes in a notebook, so usually they use different markers and they write the contents of a meeting. They write their task list in the notebooks. You can look at the picture and try to imagine how do you do it in your office. Some people use sticky notes, and sometimes they post it in the computer or they post it in their desktop. And they try to use the sticky notes to allow them to remind something that they have to do. And sometimes they accumulate lots of sticky notes, and when they need to identify something that they have to do, or they need to check out something that they already finished or something that is pending, they will have to go through all of these notes in the notebook, in the sticky notes, in the computer, in the desktop, or whatever. They note everything just to realize there is something that is pending, something that is missing, something they already finished, and so on. And also sometimes, as you may see, sometimes people like to have different categories, so they would like to annotate different things in different media. So for example, you can use cell phone to annotate something, and then you use one notebook in your office to annotate notes related to your office projects or meetings or tasks that you have to do. And sometimes you have another media or another type of device or place where you like to put your notes in your home, for example. And when you have that many sources of information, let's say, when you have that many places, when you store information, it's easily to forget when you write down something, where you stored something. So that's when OneNote comes into place. So what is OneNote? OneNote is an application that allows you to take digital notes. It is created with the thinking that you have to be able to do anything that you do normally in a notebook. Every sticky note, every task list, and everything that you would like to do in your notebooks can be done in a digital world. So you don't have to go back to paper again. You don't have to go back to create sticky notes and put it everywhere in your desktop or in your computer or everywhere again. So you can translate all these things that you do before on paper, you can translate it to a digital application. Just like any other traditional method of writing on paper, OneNote lets you type but also you can write or you can draw whatever you need in the notes. You are not stuck like in Microsoft Word that you have to put everything in type with a specific font and everything, but you can mix drawings with handwritten notes, with types, whatever you want. So the idea is to give you the freedom to choose the way you want to create notes. It doesn't limit you to one type of input. And the beautiful thing of using a digital tool like OneNote is that you can collaborate. So you can create a OneNote file and that you can share with your colleagues, or you can share with your friends and family, and you can let them to work in the same pages at the same time. So the idea is to enhance collaboration. If you're in a meeting, you can create a OneNote file so you can take notes in the meeting. But the idea is not just you as the one to take notes in the meeting, but lets you other people to take notes in the same page, in the same OneNote. So all the ideas or all the people in your group, in your area, in your department, can be able to take notes as well. So they can validate with each other. They are taking all the notes or putting all the information in that note. It also lets you access the note from anywhere. So unlike the traditional paper-based note-taking method you use, the idea of OneNote is that you can access wherever. If you are on your cell phone, in your computer, you are in your home, if you are in the internet, you have not access to your desktop computer, or if you have an Android phone or iPhone. So the idea is to lets you have access to those notes wherever you are. And finally, the idea again is when you have the traditional method of taking notes on paper or in sticky notes, in this case, OneNote will let you search on whatever you write wherever you are and whatever device you use. So it doesn't matter if you type, if you write, if you add audio, video, or whatever. The idea is that once you have the notes in OneNote, once you put it in the cloud, and once you access them from your cell phone, from your laptop, whatever, you can be able to search on them. So that's a really powerful feature that I would like to show you just a tiny bit of it in the upcoming slides. So again, OneNote gives you multiple input possibilities. So if you see to the picture on your right, you will see that at the left you have text with formatting. So you have like task lists, you can highlight, you can put in bold, in italics, you can create tasks with check marks and everything like you normally do in a Word document or any word processor document. And again, you can add pictures, you can add like an Excel spreadsheet, you can add some handwritten notes. But the most important part here is that you can type whatever you want in any place of the note. So you don't have to be fixed to the beginning of the note to start typing. You can type in any place in the note you want. Also, as I mentioned, you can include freehand drawings and text. So whatever you have the need to, or if you have a touch-enabled computer, or if you have one of those new tablets with a pen-enabled device, so you can use that pen and then start writing whatever you want. So you can use the pen or the pencil to interact with your typing, or to interact with drawings that you put in the OneNote file. You can also insert Office documents or any documents in general. So if you want to attach a file that you can reference later, you can include it in the note as an attachment. But you can also insert some parts of documents, as you can see in the spreadsheet in the bottom of the picture on the right. So you can insert a chart, you can insert a spreadsheet, you can insert some elements which you can interact with. So it's not just static content that you can insert in the OneNote, but also some dynamic ones. Again, you can add images, so any picture you have in your computer, you can add them to a OneNote file. But also you can do screen clips. I mean, if you want to include a screenshot of your computer, OneNote allows you, or it has a proper tool to include a screenshot of your computer, and whatever you can, or whatever you want to highlight something or just include in your OneNote, you can do it as well. You can also add audio and video recordings. So OneNote again has a tool to include audio and video, and it will start recording, and you can at the same time take notes. So it's very useful if you are in a meeting and you want to record what the presenter says, but also you want to type your own notes. You can do it. You can do both at the same time. The same happens for video. So you have your notes, you have your comments, and at the end of the meeting, you just stop the recording, and then you can play it back to see what the presenter said. Also, OneNote lets you to create sections and pages. So if you have a section for work stuff, another one for training, another one for your personal stuff, another section, I don't know, for projects or for departments or for colleagues or friends or family, you can classify the information however you like. So that's a very powerful tool to organize. You don't need to create multiple documents or multiple OneNote documents. You can work everything in one file and have that file synced with all your devices. So you can carry the work notes and the family notes and your task list and whatever in any device you have. The good point, or one of the reasons that OneNote is so powerful, is that it supports multiple platforms. So it works on Windows. So you will see that if you installed Office 2016, there's a OneNote application. But even if you haven't installed Office 2016 already, there's a default OneNote application that comes with Windows 10. So usually you are able to take notes in Windows 10 without installing anything. And if you have Windows 10 and you have Microsoft Edge, you will see that Microsoft Edge now has the possibility to take notes in the web page that you're currently seeing. So you don't even have to let some applications to start working on OneNote files. The same goes for Mac. If you have Office 2016 for Mac, you will see that OneNote is included there, so you can add it in there. It works for Android. It has an application for Android phones and tablets. It works for iPhone and iPad, so it has an application for both. It also works for smartwatches. So there is an application for Apple Watch and Android Wear. You can see in the picture on your right that you can have very quickly some notes in your watch if you want to put it in there, so you can have an easy access to your notes wherever you go. And finally, you can use it in the web. OneNote, just like Hotmail and OneDrive and some other platforms that Microsoft develops, works in the cloud. So the OneNote files are stored in the cloud. You can access from any browser, even if you use Internet Explorer or Edge or Chrome or Firefox, whatever, you can use it then. So it doesn't matter if you don't have your devices at hand. It doesn't matter if you don't have your smartphone, your computer. You just go to the website at home, in a colleague, in a friend's computer, and you access your notes in there. Also, another thing that's very useful with OneNote is it can be integrated with other apps, or by default, it's integrated with other apps. So what do I mean with that? For example, if you are in a Skype meeting just like the one you are seeing right now, you will see that in the bottom of your presentation, you have an option to access shared notes or to see my notes. So let's say you are in a presentation with some people around the globe, or with your colleagues and you want to take notes, but you are not in the same place at the same time. So you can create notes regarding to that meeting. And you can, all the team, all the people that are connected to the same presentation can access those notes and they start typing or writing or including pictures or whatever from the Skype meeting. And at the end of the session, you will see that you have a nice OneNote page with all the notes that you took during that session. It also works with Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams is a new collaboration tool for the people who doesn't know already. Microsoft Teams lets you create teams or groups of people, and it has different tabs for each group. So you will have that. You will know that it has a conversations tab by default. It will let you chat with all your colleagues in the team, but it also has another tabs, and one of those tabs is OneNote. So if you want to put something in a notebook instead of a conversation, instead of a chat, you can just refer to the OneNote tab in Teams. It also works from Windows 10. As I said, if you have Windows 10 and you open the Action Center, you will see that you have a note link directly in there. So you very easily go to Windows 10, open the Action Center node, and you start typing something. You don't need to go to other tools or to open Notepad or Word or whatever. You can do it directly if you have Windows 10. The same goes for Microsoft Edge. In the last 2 or 3 versions of Windows 10, you have the option to make notes on the actual web page that you are seeing. So once you start capturing notes and highlighting text and circling things and adding text or whatever, you can save everything in OneNote. So you will see that your OneNote will have a screenshot of the web page with everything you added to it, like highlightings or circle and comments and whatever you want. It's very useful if you work in a group of people that you want to present a web page and make comments on that. You can do it as well. This is so what I want to show you here is that once a person is typing some text in the presentation, the other can be doing something else, like writing notes or adding some pictures or adding notes or starting to record audio or something like that. And once the other picture finishes adding the picture or typing text, it will appear in your note at the same time. So as you can see in the video, different people can work on the same note at the same time. So that's a very powerful collaboration tool. This real-time collaboration features is not exclusive of OneNote. It can be enabled in Microsoft Word, in Excel, in PowerPoint, and if you have those tools in the cloud. But since OneNote by default lives in the cloud, you will have the collaboration features enabled by default. All of these scenarios of collaborating in real time and working simultaneously on the same node, we're going to cover it in the deep dive sessions that are going to be held on Tuesday. But as a really quickly summary or a preview, I'm showing you a quick peek of what OneNote is capable of. I hope you are seeing the next video. So what I want to hear is that sometimes if you have a touch-enabled device and you want to write text with your hand or with a input device like a pen or a pencil or a touch-enabled pointer, let's say, you can do the writing and you can then search on that writing, as you can see in the video. So you don't need to worry about that you have written some words and you won't be able to search on them later. So even if it's a handwritten text, you will be able to search on that. And as you can see, you can choose different colors for different text, and you can start making notes and highlighting and everything with your finger or with your pencil, with your touch pen if you have it. And if you want to convert the notes to text, there's a button that enables OneNote to convert whatever you are writing into text. So you can easily copy that text and move it to another application, or you can leave it there and don't have to put everything into handwritten notes and do some formatting, changing the font or making bold italics or copy paste or whatever you want. So that's one of the other powerful features of OneNote, that you can not just make handwritten notes, but you can also interact with them and convert them and changing colors and formatting and everything. I think that's it. That's a few things that I wanted to show you about OneNote. I would like you to ask a few questions about it because this is a very powerful tool that if you are not using so far, I recommend you to, because you will easily forget about the pen and paper that you use all your life. So as I said before, we're going to have a deep dive session on Tuesday. I recommend you to go to it so you can discover how to do different things that I've shown in this presentation. And you will realize how powerful OneNote is and how you can start using this tool instead of using the pen and paper that maybe some people traditionally use. Okay? Sharma is typing in the comments the link to register for the deep dive sessions next Tuesday. So I hope you register, and I would like to see you there. Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we hope to see you guys or hear from you guys soon. Please feel free to contact one of us for any information or more information on OneNote. We have the email from Sergio written here, and we have the link for our deep dive in the comments. So all right.
And also don't forget to register to the next session on Microsoft Teams, so that we're gonna show you a bit of how this new collaboration tool works for your organization and for your teams in your office.